August 27th, 1997. Private studio, Paris. 7:47 p.m. Princess Diana sat across from investigative journalist Martin Bashir for what would be her final recorded interview. 4 days before her death, Diana had agreed to one last on-camera conversation that would reveal everything she had been afraid to say publicly. As the cameras rolled, Diana looked directly into the lens and spoke words that would never be broadcast. "If something happens to me in the next few days, I want the world to know it wasn't an accident. I have evidence that proves powerful people want me dead, and I'm going to name names." What Diana revealed in that 47-minute interview was so explosive that the BBC locked the footage away immediately after her death, and it has remained suppressed for over 25 years. But fragments of the transcript have survived, and they prove that Diana knew exactly what was coming. But the most shocking revelation wasn't Diana's prediction of her own death, it was her detailed account of who ordered it and why the secret meeting. August 25th, 1997, Hotel Ritz, Paris. 2 days before the interview that would become Diana's final testament began with a secret phone call from Martin Bashir, who had developed a trusted relationship with Diana following their famous 1995 Panorama interview. "Diana," Bashir said carefully, "I've received information that suggests you're in immediate danger. Someone wants to meet with you to discuss it." "What kind of information?" "The kind that could save your life. Can you meet me in Paris, privately?" Diana had been planning to spend time with Dodi Al-Fayed anyway, so arranging a secret meeting with Bashir wasn't difficult. What she didn't expect was the bombshell information he would share. When they met at a private location in Paris, Bashir revealed that he had been contacted by a high-level source within British intelligence who claimed that an assassination plot against Diana was in its final stages. "According to my source, there's a plan to eliminate you this week while you're in Paris. The method is designed to look like an accident." Diana wasn't surprised. "I've known they wanted me dead for months, but do you have proof? That's why I wanted to interview you. My source says if you document everything you know on camera, it might be enough to stop them. The threat of exposure could force them to call off the operation." Diana agreed immediately. "Let's do it, tonight. I have nothing left to lose." Don't miss this shocking revelation. What Diana knew about the assassination plot. The final confession. August 27th, 1997, 8 p.m. Diana's last words. When the cameras began rolling for Diana's final interview, she was calmer than Bashir had ever seen her. It was the calm of someone who had made peace with their fate. "Martin," Diana began, "I need to tell the world something that I should have said years ago. The royal family has been planning my death since 1995. That's a very serious allegation, Diana. It's a very serious situation. I have documentation of conversations, meetings, and plans that prove there's a conspiracy to eliminate me before I can do any more damage to the monarchy." Diana pulled out a folder containing what she claimed was evidence of the assassination plot. These are transcripts of conversations between palace officials and intelligence services discussing permanent solutions to the Diana problem. These are financial records showing payments to individuals who specialize in accident arrangements. And this, she held up a single sheet of paper, is a detailed timeline for my elimination. Bashir was stunned by Diana's calm delivery of such explosive claims. "Diana, are you saying that your own family is planning to murder you?" "I'm saying that the institution of the monarchy is more important to them than the life of the mother of the future king. And yes, that includes members of my family." But Diana's most devastating revelation was yet to come. The names and details. 8:15 p.m. The assassination plan exposed. Diana's description of the assassination plot was so detailed that Bashir realized she had inside information about its planning. "The plan is to stage a car accident in Paris while I'm with Dodi. They've chosen Paris because it removes me from British jurisdiction and allows for easier manipulation of the investigation." "How do you know these specifics?" "Because someone on the inside has been feeding me information. Someone with a conscience who couldn't live with what they were being asked to do." Diana revealed shocking details about the assassination plan. Henri Paul, who works for the Ritz Hotel, has been compromised. He's been receiving payments from British intelligence in exchange for cooperation with the operation. The plan involves intoxicating Henri Paul to provide cover for the accident. His blood alcohol will be artificially elevated post-mortem to support the drunk driving narrative. The route through the Alma Tunnel has been specifically chosen because it provides the perfect location for an unwitnessed accident. Medical response will be deliberately delayed to ensure that even if I survive the initial impact, I won't survive the journey to the hospital. Bashir was horrified by the precision of Diana's information. Who's giving you these details? Someone who was recruited for the operation but couldn't go through with it. Someone who's been passing me intelligence for months. You won't believe who Diana identified as the mastermind. The royal authorization, 8:25 p.m. Naming the conspirators. Diana's most explosive revelation was her identification of who had authorized her assassination. Martin, I need to be very clear about something. This operation has been approved at the highest levels of the monarchy and government. What do you mean by highest levels? I mean the Queen personally authorized my elimination. Prince Philip is coordinating the operation. And Charles knows about it and has given his consent. Diana's voice remained steady as she delivered these devastating accusations. The Queen views me as an existential threat to the monarchy. My popularity, my independence, my refusal to disappear quietly after the divorce, all of it represents a challenge to royal authority that she won't tolerate. Prince Philip sees me as a national security risk because of my relationships with foreign nationals and my willingness to speak out about government policies. And Charles wants me gone so he can marry Camilla without the complication of having his ex-wife overshadowing his new relationship. But Diana's most chilling revelation concerned her children. They've convinced themselves that William and Harry will be better off without me. They believe that raising the boys entirely within royal tradition, without my disruptive influence, will make them better future kings. Diana's voice finally cracked. They're going to kill me and tell my children it was an accident, and my boys will grow up believing their mother died because she was reckless. Don't miss this prophetic warning. Diana's message to her sons. The message to William and Harry. 8:35 p.m. A mother's final words. Diana looked directly into the camera as she delivered what she knew might be her final message to her children. William and Harry, if you're watching this, it means the worst has happened. It means they succeeded in killing your mother. I need you to know that I fought to stay alive for you. Every day I fought to survive, so I could watch you grow up, see you become men, be there for your weddings and your children. But I also need you to know that I won't stop fighting just because I'm gone. This recording is my way of continuing to protect you from the same people who killed me. Diana's maternal love was evident in every word. You're going to hear terrible things about how I died. They'll say I was drunk, that I was reckless, that I was having an affair with unsuitable men. None of it will be true. The truth is that your mother was murdered because she loved you too much to stay quiet about the things that could hurt you in the future. William, you're going to be king someday. When that day comes, remember that the institution tried to kill your mother to protect itself. Don't let them turn you into someone who values the crown more than human life. Harry, your spirit is so much like mine. Don't let them crush that spirit to make you fit their idea of what a prince should be. Stay rebellious, stay human, stay loving. But Diana's final instruction was most important. Both of you, question everything they tell you about my death. Investigate for yourselves when you're old enough. And never forget that your mother's love for you was stronger than their hate for me. The evidence reveal. 8:40 p.m. Diana's insurance policy. In the final minutes of the interview, Diana revealed that she had been secretly documenting evidence of the assassination plot for months. Martin, I need to tell you about something I've hidden. Insurance policies, you might call them. Diana described a comprehensive evidence collection system. I have copies of all the documents I showed you tonight, hidden in 3 different locations. Each location has a different contact person, who's been instructed to release the evidence if anything happens to me. I've also prepared detailed letters for William and Harry, explaining everything, with instructions that they should receive these letters on their 25th birthdays. Most importantly, I've arranged for certain evidence to be released automatically if I die under suspicious circumstances. But Diana's most strategic move was her media insurance. I've given copies of the most damaging evidence to journalists in 3 different countries. They've been instructed to publish everything if I die in the next 6 months. Diana looked directly at the camera. To the people who are planning to kill me, you can murder me, but you can't murder the truth. The evidence will survive. My story will survive. And someday, justice will survive too. The interview ended with Diana's prophetic final words. Thank you for giving me the chance to tell my truth one last time. Whatever happens next, at least someone will know that Princess Diana didn't go quietly into that good night. The immediate suppression. August 31st, 1997, 4 days later. When news of Diana's death reached the BBC, emergency meetings were called at the highest levels. The interview footage was immediately classified as a national security risk. Within hours of Diana's death being announced, government representatives arrived at the BBC to confiscate all copies of Diana's final interview. The official justification was that broadcasting Diana's delusional allegations would damage national security and harm the grieving royal family. Martin Bashir was told that the interview would never be broadcast and that discussing its contents would result in criminal charges under the Official Secrets Act. All footage, audio recordings, and transcripts were locked away with a classification level that wouldn't expire until 2072. But Diana had been right about one thing: copies of the evidence had been hidden, and fragments of the truth would eventually surface. The suppressed truth. For over 2 decades, Diana's final interview remained one of the most highly classified documents in British history. Successive governments have maintained the suppression, arguing that releasing Diana's allegations would destabilize the monarchy and damage Britain's international relationships. The few people who have seen the complete interview are bound by official secrets legislation that carries criminal penalties for disclosure. But in 2022, on the 25th anniversary of Diana's death, fragments of the transcript began appearing on encrypted websites and underground publications. These fragments confirmed many of Diana's allegations and provided new evidence supporting theories that her death was not accidental. The truth that survives. Diana's final interview represents the most explosive evidence ever recorded about the royal family's involvement in her death. Her detailed knowledge of the assassination plot, her identification of the conspirators, and her prophetic warnings proved that Diana knew exactly what was going to happen to her. The suppression of this interview for over 25 years demonstrates the power of institutional conspiracy to hide truth, even when that truth is documented by the victim herself. Most importantly, Diana's final words prove that she refused to be silenced, even in death. Her truth was recorded, preserved, and is now beginning to surface despite decades of suppression. The royal family succeeded in killing Diana, but they failed to kill her story. Some truths are too powerful to remain buried forever. Some voices are too strong to be silenced permanently. Diana's final interview is waiting in classified archives, ready to expose the conspiracy that killed her when the time is right for the full truth to emerge, and that time may be coming sooner than the royal family expects.